Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Capricorn. Now, they are timeless, and what that means is anytime you're watching it is the right time for you. Whenever you're drawn to watch the video, it's because there's going to be an answer in here for you, okay? They're about timing, not timelines. So they're about you hearing the right message at the right time, and whenever you're nudged to view them is when you're meant to get your answer. Now, the way they're laid out, across the top, this will be your loved ones who are here to give you a message. I took a deck and took all the court cards out of it, and that's how I find out who's here. Then the remainder of the deck I'm using to get a descriptive card so that we can get a few specific descriptions of some of the guides that are here. The rest of them are going to be based on zodiac, okay? This row here, the purple or deep pink card here, that is an answer to your situation, or is helpful, a helpful answer to what your situation is, okay? And then the card on top of that, this would be your situation, and then that's how you know you're in this reading as well, okay? Then down below that is this card here would be what you're unaware of. This is your loved ones from the other side's advice. And this is called To You with Love. This is a loving message from your loved ones on the other side. Now, these generally, because this is so new, I'm kind of tweaking it as I go, but I've come to the conclusion that these are not, your guides up here are not lined up necessarily with your messages, okay? But if this sounds like your situation, then it's this row for you. But it doesn't mean you don't get an answer over here too, because sometimes something will resonate with you from these situations, and if that's the case, then you have messages down below that one as well, okay? But don't base it off this row up here. Whoever your guides are, this could be your guide, but this could be your row of messages over here, okay? I think that's it. Over here, normally we have one answer card in behind, but when I reached this point and had these cards out, I got 3. So what I did is I put the first 2 down, and the third one covers both of these. Okay, I was not allowed to put that one back. So that is going to count for both of those. So let's get started. Your first one is Page of Cups. This is the Dream Tarot deck, by the way. And your descriptive card for this loved one is the Nine of Cups. So let me just see if there's someone specific here. I'm being shown a young boy. Now it could be a girl. I'm getting this. That it could be, if it's a little girl, she's got one of those really, really short boy type pixie haircuts, they're saying. Both kids have dark brown hair. It is very short. Both of them I see outside playing. They're alone though, so I feel the energy off of both of these kids is they're very much loners. They like to play on their own. You will rarely ever see them in a group of kids. These 2 kids were always basically on their own. Now they're not together, okay? It's 2 separate kids. The little boy is who's attached to this Nine of Cups. Now the Nine of Cups is all about wish fulfillment, but it can also represent overindulgence, and that's what I'm getting with this little boy. It's about overindulgence. So he played outside a lot because his parents, or one of his parents, were alcoholics, and it was much nicer outside than it was inside. His life wasn't great with his parents. They would rather he be outside too than be inside with them. There was a lot of fighting in this house. I'm not sure, and I don't want to get into how these loved ones on the other side passed away or when they passed away or whatever. I'm seeing him at about 6 or 7 years of age. Now that could be around the time that he did pass over. It could just be a time that you're going to recognize me talking about. It could be he passed away, because sometimes when they pass away, they regress by about 35 to 45 years. So it's possible he was 40 to 50 years old when he passed away, but this is the message that he wants to put across from when he was a little boy. I'm not positive on any of that. It's just, I'm just seeing a picture. I'm getting an energy, a feeling. Anyways, the little girl now, that's just who she was. There was no real reason that she wasn't in the house or that she played by herself. It's what she chose, you know. Some of us like to be alone. Some of us like to be in groups. She liked to be on her own. She was very quietly contented. This little girl was happy, but she didn't show her emotions in a big way. She was very, what's the word? I can't think of the word. She didn't have a problem emotion-wise. She just wasn't a big shower of emotion. So now for the rest of you, Page of Cups is someone no more than 20-ish, 25 tops. But keep in mind, too, that this is a guide to their maturity level. So if it's a 30-year-old that acted like a 20-year-old, this is where they're going to show up as well. But for Cups, it would be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But still the same age as what I just described, okay? They're on the other side, and they're here to bring messages for you. The next loved one that's here is a Knight of Coins. Knights go anywhere from about the 20-ish age to 30-ish, you know, give or take, maybe up to 35, somewhere in there. Knights, because it's a general reading, the Knights can be females as well. Coins or Pentacles would be Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, so someone of the same sign as you, or Virgo or Taurus. The descriptive card that came with that one is the Six of Cups. So let's see if we get anybody in particular here. Not showing me anyone. Okay. So these loved ones are going to be Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. The Six of Cups. For some of you, this is someone that was very special to you in life. Someone that you likely had a past life with. This could have been a very special soulmate. This could have been, I feel for some of you, this was a romantic relationship partner. And again, I'm not sure when they passed over. I'm just going based on age with the Knight. So this would be someone that, maybe has passed away 30 years ago, and they were 30 when they passed away, so they'd be 60 now, which makes you around 60. But this was a very, very special romantic relationship for some of you. For some of you, you met early on in childhood and remained in contact with them till the day they passed away, basically. But a friend, that would be a friend. They were a friend of yours, okay? And I feel that for those of you that was a friendship that started in early childhood, they were of the opposite sex for some of you, but there was never, you were always just friends. Okay. The next loved one we have here, a group of loved ones, is Knight of Wands. Again, same age, 20-ish to 30, 35-ish. Fire sign, so Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Or they had that in their chart. They showed, they had the energy of one of those, okay? If they weren't a wand, fire sign. The descriptive card is the Seven of Wands. Okay, right away, they're showing me someone, again, very quiet. That's why no one knew there was anything wrong with this person, because they just always were quiet. They were always within themselves. But there was an issue. There was a very big emotional issue within this person. And the Seven of Wands is all about being guarded. This person, whoever this is, they're not showing me the neck up. They're not showing me their facial features, their head, anything. So I'm not sure why that is, other than I don't know. Maybe the way they passed away had something to do with their head. You know, maybe they had an accident and their head was hurt very badly. I don't know, but they're not showing me the head. That could also mean that this person wasn't just emotionally messed up. They had mental conflict, big time. But they were very guarded, and I feel it's there's a lot of energy going on around this person here, and it's none of it is good. It's okay. I'm just going to go one by one by one. Maybe it'll make sense to some of you out there. Now, these are not necessarily energies all on this person. These are very specific energies, though. So it may be your person, but not, you know, no head trauma. But the energy fits your person. So what I'm getting off of this card is this one person who really had emotional and mental issues. I'm also, and was very guarded. Now I'm also getting, and it could be this person, it could be other people, I'm getting they never did what was right for them. They were always trying to please other people, and that was part of their problem. That's why they weren't happy. That's why they didn't show emotion. They were just so deep within and so sad. I'm hearing turned inside out. They were turned inside out. I hope that means something to somebody, because I'm not sure I understand that. But it may be the turmoil they felt. It felt to them like they were being turned inside out. I don't know. But this person, these people, had a lot of issues. They were very guarded. Some of them didn't do anything for themselves. It was all about other people. There's also someone who really had very, very, very low self-worth, self-esteem, self-love. Wow, not a happy group here, and that's odd, because the fire signs. Now that's not everybody's, okay? That's not all that are here, because normally fire signs, these are just the ones that they're specifically pointing out to me, but fire signs are usually very happy-go-lucky. They go after what they want, and they usually get it, and their lives generally just kind of go even-keeled all the way through. So, anyways, that's that. Whew. Okay. Next group of loved ones is Cups, King of Cups. So these are older people, and again, could be queens. They go anywhere from mid to late 30s, early 40s up, okay? And that's the king or the queen. Now, they could be people that, you know, passed away from old age. They could have been 80 when they passed away, 90. It's just like, you know, 40-ish up. Descriptive card with that is the Five of Cups. So the specific that I'm getting off of this is a man in his mid to, I'm seeing 55, so, you know, 55, give or take a couple of years possibly for some of you. There's something happened earlier in his life and it stuck with him forever. And it was a true love that he missed out on. He passed it by, or he let it go. He feels to blame that this didn't come to fruition because he always knew that you, and you're listening, somebody that's listening to this knows exactly who I'm talking about here. He knew you were his true love, his once in a lifetime love. He just is shaking his head. He doesn't know why he let it go. He regrets it in a huge way. That was the biggest regret of his life. He just never knew how to fix it, how to come back to it. So it didn't happen. And he passed away still. Oh my goodness. Huh. He passed away still hurting over this. Holy cow, this guy was really in love with you. Whoever you are, I hope you're listening to this because this is a very, very special message. He hurt himself in a big, big way. Not just you, and he knows he hurt you, and he's so sorry. He just never knew how to come back. And then he found out at some point that you had moved on without him. And he wasn't about to mess with your life at that point. Whew. This guy was, the energy coming off of this particular guy, he was your typical cups, king of cups. He was kind, gentle, loving, caring, very giving, very romantic. It was all about the other person for him, always. Now this particular guy never married. He never married because you were his true love. He was always, right till the day he died, he was hoping that you would contact him. Wow, that is so sad. That's something from the movies. Whew. Okay, so for the rest of you, a King of Cups is going to be Scorpio, Cancer, again, just like this one, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, older, again, 40-ish up. Very loving, very kind, very giving. It would be someone who wore their heart on their sleeve. You always knew where you stood with this person. This person had no problem relaying their emotions to anybody. Okay, so our first situation is with the deck vice versa. So as you see, there's two sides to the card. Okay, so this is your situation, whoever you are. And I'm going to read it from the book because new cards, and I don't know all the meanings yet, and they're different with this deck. So I want to read it to you so I don't miss anything. Wow, I'm still trying to get past this poor guy. That was horrible. He was heartbroken. Anyways. Okay. Ace of Wands. When you get this side, in a reading, the Ace of Wands represents the gift of energy. This is an excellent time to begin a new project or find renewed momentum for an existing endeavor. You have the strength you need to see it through, and there are allies and companions of like mind ready to work with you. Seize the opportunity and expect a blast of inspiration. So some of you out there are on the precipice of something big. And this, whatever it is that you're considering, this new endeavor, your situation is you're torn. You're not sure you should go for it, if you shouldn't go for it. There's something in it for you that is a little scary. You're feeling some fear in regards to this. And you just, you can get, the answers are inside of you for starters, but if you want a little bit of guidance from the outside, ask for it. They can't help you if you don't ask for it. With free will, they have to allow you the opportunity to do things your way and make the decisions. Now, if you want to go in the direction that is the best direction for your highest good, ask. Ask which way that is. Now, hopefully your answer will be sitting underneath there for you. So the next situation is this. And here's the other side to that card. I think I'd rather have this side. Now, this is obviously the devil. This was the Ace of Wands. I should have told you that. Okay, so now the devil in this deck, this side, okay, your side, the meaning is much the same as the other side, with the added message that the devil's attention is elsewhere for the moment, so you have a better chance of making your escape. Seize the hope that rises before you. Okay, so the other side, I'm going to read that to you as well. When you get the other side, it's time for serious self-examination. Are you the devil in this scene, or are you in bondage? The devil comes out when we exert our power over weaker, more vulnerable people. If you have bullied or intimidated someone, or if you are keeping someone in a relationship against their better judgment, take a good look in the mirror. If you are the one that's bound, seek a way to break the chains. Your servitude may not be to a person or position. Addicting and destructive habits are the devil's tools as well. So some of you have an addiction. Some of you are in a relationship that you shouldn't be in because it's doing damage to you emotionally and mentally. Some of you possibly physically. Now I'm going to read your side again just so you hear that again, because this is actually your side. The meaning is much the same as the other side, with the added message that the devil's attention is elsewhere for the moment, so you have a better chance of making your escape. Seize the hope that rises before you. So some of you are in this position, and whatever your situation is, at this point in time, you have the opportunity. Either the universe has brought you an opportunity that gives you the out, or the universe is bringing you clarity so you can see that you need to leave this situation. Okay? I'm going to set this aside for now till we get to the answers. This situation, wow, this looks nice. 10 of Cups, and I think that's the good side because that's the other side. Okay, so 10 of Cups, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like most decks, but let's read it for you anyway. Okay, 10 of Chalices, or 10 of Cups, as we all know it. It says, when you get this side in a reading, if a loving partnership is what you most desire, know that it is within reach, but you must reach. If you are closed off to the approach of true love, it will never make its way home to you. Sometimes this closure is from fear, sometimes from anger, sometimes from a feeling of unworthiness to be loved. Let this card be the beginning of healing for you and the ones you love. Okay, so there's a few situations here that I'm getting right off the bat. Some of you are wanting a relationship with a specific person, but you haven't made the move forward. Neither have they. So you're stagnating. Someone has to make that move. Again, if you need help, you need guidance, ask for it. Hopefully you'll get your answer here. today. Others of you are in a relationship and it's just not quite what you had hoped it would be. So that's your situation. And then there's one other situation here that you just came out of this. Okay, you just came out of the bad side of this card. You are still hurt, you're still healing. So I'm going to say that's a no to a new relationship. If you're asking, if you're in a situation where you want another relationship and you're wondering if that's coming, I'm going to say that your answer is probably a no till you get healed. But let's see what your answer is. Okay, so the final situation is, I'm going to say this is the King of Pentacles. Pretty sure that's who he is. Now the other side to that card is that one. Okay, so King of Pentacles. Okay, let's see. That side of the card, this is a man who has done very well for himself. His expression shows his satisfaction with his life and his work. He's the person you can turn to for a loan or for other practical help in a crisis. He doesn't judge the less fortunate. He knows that all blessings flow in cycles, and it's a joy for him to be able to give. So now this is a situation I don't see it so much as a situation, especially a bad situation. I feel what I'm getting off of this card is the situation is someone or some of you being in a position where you've worked hard, you've grown, you've excelled, you've reached a point where what I'm hearing is, what's my next move? Where do I go from here? Because you feel like you're very successful, you're grounded, you're successful, you have money, you don't have issues that way, but you're just feeling stuck is what I'm feeling, like you're stagnating. So that would be that situation. Okay, so now I am still doing extendeds. I wanted to play this out the way I did so that you know if you've maybe got guides here or loved ones that want to give you a message, and you know if you're here in a situation about to get a message or guidance before you move yourself into the extended, okay? So if you feel like one of these situations is yours, then it likely is, and you likely have answers and messages here. Now, if you definitely, in the specific loved ones up top, if you feel like one of those descriptions was for a loved one that you have that's passed over, then you definitely have a message here. So if Capricorn, you're not going to go to the extendeds, I want to thank you very much for viewing, liking, sharing, and subscribing. Take a look at your moon and rising signs. There might be something in there for you. You never know. It's the same thing because it's a general reading. Okay? For those of you that do want to go to the extended side and get your answers and your messages, there will be, now, they are timeless, and what that means is anytime you're watching it is the right time for you. Whenever you're drawn to watch the video, it's because there's going to be an answer in here for you, okay? They're about timing, not timelines. So they're about you hearing the right message at the right time, and whenever you're nudged to view them is when you're meant to get your answer. Now the way they're laid out, across the top, this will be your loved ones who are here to give you a message. I took a deck and took all the court cards out of it, and that's how I find out who's here. Then the remainder of the deck I'm using to get a descriptive card so that we can get a few specific descriptions of some of the guides that are here. The rest of them are going to be based on zodiac, okay? This row here, the purple or deep pink card here, that is an answer to your situation, or is helpful, a helpful answer to what your situation is, okay? And then the card on top of that, this would be your situation, and then that's how you know you're in this reading as well, okay? Then down below that is, this card here would be what you're unaware of. This is your loved ones from the other side's advice. And this is called To You with Love. This is a loving message from your loved ones on the other side. Now, these generally, because this is so new, I'm kind of tweaking it as I go, but I've come to the conclusion that these are not, your guides up here are not lined up necessarily with your messages, okay? But if this sounds like your situation, then it's this row for you. But it doesn't mean you don't get an answer over here too, because sometimes something will resonate with you from these situations, and if that's the case, then you have messages down below that one as well, okay? But don't base it off this row up here. Whoever your guides are, this could be your guide, but this could be your row of messages over here, okay? I think that's it. Over here, normally we have one answer card in behind, but when I reached this point and had these cards out, I got 3. So what I did is I put the first 2 down, and the third one covers both of these. Okay, I was not allowed to put that one back. So that is going to count for both of those. So let's get started. Your first one is Page of Cups. This is the Dream Tarot deck, by the way. And your descriptive card for this loved one is the Nine of Cups. So let me just see if there's someone specific here. I'm being shown a young boy. Now it could be a girl. I'm getting this. That it could be, if it's a little girl, she's got one of those really, really short boy type pixie haircuts, they're saying. Both kids have dark brown hair. It is very short. Both of them I see outside playing. They're alone though, so I feel the energy off of both of these kids is they're very much loners. They like to play on their own. You will rarely ever see them in a group of kids. These 2 kids were always basically on their own. Now they're not together, okay? It's 2 separate kids. The little boy is who's attached to this Nine of Cups. Now the Nine of Cups is all about